See if we can get all y'all up in there. Shout out to everybody joining the live. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Let's get on up in here. Shout out again to everybody on the live. I appreciate y'all tapping in. We on multiple platforms tonight. A little bit special. Appreciate your family. Yes, indeed. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 platforms up as of right now. Got a couple of topics that I want to touch on real quick. Yes, indeed. Couple of topics I want to touch on real quick. And we just need to chop it up, y'all. It's been a minute, y'all. I've been grinding over the last couple of weeks. And if I can be, what's up, family? My YouTube family up in here. We're gonna get Zabo103TV, uh, the network, live up in here in a minute as well. So all y'all law-abiding citizens, y'all gonna be in for a night tonight. We're gonna ride out the night for a little while, but we're gonna be live on the network shortly. But shout out to all the other platforms that's on here. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all tapping in more than y'all know. If this your first time on my live, um, put a 1 in the chat. I just want to see where we at. If you've been on my live more than once, put a 2 in the chat. Blessings to you too, family. If you don't know who I am, I go by Zabo103. I'm the dude that get on these live platforms and I really just try to provoke thought. You know, I do believe that if you research and you take action, you absolutely, without a doubt, can win. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different. It just is what it is. Shout out to you, family. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. To all my law-abiding citizens that's on here, that's a part of Zabo103 TV. We're gonna be live shortly on the network. We're gonna start the party off on social media like we probably should have been doing from the beginning. So all the social media platforms again, welcome, 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 and then we'll have the after party over on Zabo103TV.com. It's gonna be special tonight. If y'all ain't figured out, my son upstairs doing some, I don't know, jumping jacks. It sound like who the freak know, like he playing WWE or something. But look, y'all, I wanted to get up in here. We got a few new people over here. Shout out to you. Is that this Toy Cop? Shout out to you. Um, Shout out to you if you're brand new. Um, how can I start this off? And I need to just dive right in because it is what it is. But I want to make sure I do this the right way. Has your 2025 been everything you've expected it to be? For everybody that didn't mention that 2025 is their year, has it been your year? Has it gone the way that you thought it would go? For those people that are out here that are saying that, man, we got this new president in office, it's going to be a nightmare. Has it gone like you expected to go? For the people that said, man, that's my president, he's in office, is it going the way that you expected it? I can tell you flat out, and it's just me, no shade to nobody, because it is what it is. We grown around this piece, right? The same job that you had last year before he got in office, it's the same job you got today. You make around the same amount you made last year as a income that you're making today. Good or bad, the impacts that you saying that you feeling, have you really felt them? Yep, I felt them so much they hurt my pockets. Listen, y'all, and I want to be as clear as I possibly can be tonight. No one is coming to save you. No one. things are going to get very rocky than what they are currently today. There are things that are coming down the pike that I foresee happening, and I don't. I'm nobody. I'm a dude on the internet, right? But there are things that I foresee happening that realistically, majority of the people on this live and out that's not on this live, they ain't ready for it. They not ready at all. And I think that while some people are in the space of I'm comfortable where I'm at. I got a good job. My business is doing well. I feel like I'm okay. I don't have to worry about that. I'm comfortable. I'll be all right, whatever happens. You got to ask yourself a question. If you can easily say that you're comfortable where you at in your life right now, can you say that the people in your family outside of your household, are they in the same position as you? What if you got into a position where you not only had to sustain your household, you had to sustain the households outside of your homes as well? For other people that you say you care about and love the most, could you do it? And if the answer is yes, how long could you do it for? Could you do it for a week? Could you do it for a month? Could you do it for a year? Could you do it forever? These are the questions that you're going to have to start grappling with. No matter if you want to put it out on social media or not, I'm not asking nobody to do that by no means. But these are things you're going to have to start asking yourself in real time, because what we are seeing right now that's happening right before our eyes. We watching people get laid off. We watching whole companies shut down. We're watching people struggle. They have this thing where, and I haven't paid close attention to it yet, but I'm gonna start digging into it. But if you're no longer getting welfare, government assistance, if you're no longer getting that anymore, or not you, your loved one is no longer receiving that government assistance, are you gonna be able to step in to assist them the way the government was assisting them? Are you even willing to do it? Is this an environment where it's just, oh, it's just about me? I got to take out me and mine, and y'all got to take care of you and yours. And I can tell you flat out, man, I hate to say this way, but I got to. You got to stop saying you comfortable and you got people in your family that you care about and love the most, and they not comfortable. The same way you got to stop claiming that you're rich and you're wealthy if the people that you say you care about and love the most ain't rich and wealthy. Because I can tell you, one of the most important things that's going to need to happen over this remaining of this year, you're going to have to bring the people that you care about, love, and most very close. Rent prices are going through the roof. Well, I'm going to get me a house. You still paying basically 6% on the interest rate, which is going to make your mortgage payment go up. Property taxes don't seem like they're coming down no time soon. Just is what it is. In fact, they're going to keep going up. The maintenance on your property that you ain't accounting for to go buy that property, realistically, is going to cost you basically an extra $1,000 a month on average over time. The point that I'm making here is that you got to really start opening your eyes and stop playing. There are so many people out here just focusing on, I ain't worried about nothing. I'm gonna keep on enjoying life. and just letting it be what it's gonna be. And we gonna hope that the good Lord gonna take care of us. And hey, look, if that's what you believe, that's what you believe. But what I'm telling you is a storm is coming. And this storm that's coming realistically, from what I can see, my vantage point, just sitting back observing, I don't think people are ready for it. It even had me to the point where I'm like, oh, that's if that happens, that can be pretty bad. Let me start to pivot this way. Just contingent upon these things transpiring. If you don't understand right now that AI and robots are officially taking your jobs, you're done. You're done. Today, I had an opportunity to see with my own eyes, and maybe this is not gonna be it's not gonna be widespread just yet. But I sat down with a group of people that were way smarter than me today, and they were showing me that while me going down the process of getting my builder's license is amazing, and I'm gonna continue doing that because it is what it is, right? But they showed me that between AI and robots, they can build you a house from the ground up in 2 days. I don't think people heard what I just said, and that blew my mind. And I'm sure there are probably people that have seen this stuff before, or maybe it's something you hearing for your first time. But it blew my mind for me to actually. I'm like, this is wild to me, y'all. You're telling me I can actually pay and have between AI and a robot build me a home in 2 days, and I ain't got to worry about that 30% markup that the builder gonna charge me on it. And say, where do you work? Let me ask the question. Let me ask you the better question. Is this your first time on my live? And I'm just asking the question. Let me ask again because I know I asked it at the very beginning of my live, and a lot of people probably weren't in yet. So if this is your first time on my live, put a one in the chat because maybe I'm jumping ahead of where I need to go, and maybe I don't want to lose you from the things that I'm gonna say. Okay, so we do have some new people on here. Uh, IG look like some day one people on IG. So for those of you that are first time on my live, let me just say this. I go by Zabo103. I get on these live platforms and I provoke thought. I truly believe that if you think, research, and take action, you're going to win. That's just my belief, right? I can't even tell you for how long now it's been because it's kind of crazy, but I've been going live now for the last 144 weeks. It's hard for me to say where I work because I don't work. And I know that's complicated for people to understand, especially when you're new to my platform. But I have a 7-day weekend every single week in real life. For those people that are new that are also looking for, hey, well, what's your background? Because how you have a 7-day weekend every single week? I worked at Bank of America for 20 years as an executive without a college degree. Made a couple hundred grand a year. When I made my yearly salary a month, I left Bank of America. And I never looked back. Just to kind of give you some context. As of today, I'm proud to say we have right at 400 acres of land that we own. No loans. I'm just trying to put it in perspective. When I left Bank of America, we went on this venture to build out a 52 home subdivision. I built 29 homes cash out my pocket. No bank loans. And it wasn't because I didn't want a bank loan. It was because the bank weren't partnering with me on that particular deal because I didn't have enough experience. I had the capital, I had the business credit, I had the personal credit, but I ain't have no experience. So my arrogant, cocky self at that time said, I'll do it for myself. I don't need anybody. And boy, did I make a lot of mistakes, some expensive ones too. I own a toilet paper company called Triumph Tissue. 3-ply toilet paper, 200 sheets is the closest thing you can get to wiping yourself with silk. But I ain't no here selling it to y'all. Sell it to the government. They pay better. When we bought them 55 acres to start that project, to building out them 52 homes, when we got to start clearing the land, I got a bright idea. I realized that toilet paper is made out of mixed wood pulp and virgin wood pulp, boys and girls, trees. So when we cleared those trees out, guess what we did? Got our trees mixed together and processed our toilet paper. I got land with cell phone towers on it today. I got land with this on it. Back in 2023, we planted 100 acres of pecan trees. We ain't selling pecan pies. Just so we all on the same page. And I'm only giving you a small dosage of these different things that I'm talking about right now because I want to make it make sense for my new people that are on here. Next week, we should have the permits. All the designs and stuff are done, but we should have every property over the next 12 units that we're going to build out, 12 different properties that we're going to build over the next 18 months. All the permits for those properties should be actually approved next week. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping. We'll see what happens. I got a good feeling it's going to happen. And after that, we're going to go through the process of building out the next 12 units or properties, going down the path, building them out cash, and we're not going to be refinancing those properties either. We're just going to put tenants in them. See, when I was at Bank of America, I realized something that was almost scary. And I say this, and I've said this 100 times on these platforms. It was super scary to me, for me, not to understand this. And it's almost scary when I say this to y'all. It should be anyway. Money is not real. And it's unfortunate that people believe that money is real. People use money for the wrong reasons all the time. Right now, there are people on my live that use money personally. And I understand why you use it personally because I was that person too. You're only supposed to be using money for public and private use. But nobody hears that because people can't begin to wrap their brains around these different concepts. So let me ask the question, because I do see that we got a bunch of new people on here, and that's cool. I welcome y'all. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to those law-abiding citizens over there at the network. We're going live over there at 6:30 tonight. So in about 39 minutes, we're going to be live over there on the network. We're going to continue this conversation over there. But if you use money personally today, put a 1 in the chat. Let me go a step further than that. Forget that. Because I know people use money personally, right? What do you use money personally for today? And I'm going to show you how you're using it the wrong way. Put in the chat what you use money personally for today. And I'll show you. I'll prove it right now. Food. Okay. That's fair. I ain't mad at that. Food again. Shout out to Crypto City. Food. Okay. What else? Food. Okay. Mailing stuff. All right. That's cool too. Buying gold and silver, if that's what you do. Clothes. What kind of bills, Laura? What kind of bills? Vacations. Okay, that's cool. I get that. I can rock with the vacation stuff if that's what you believe. Okay. What else? Kids, groceries, household items, repairs. I like that too, family. Electricity. I'm with that. Groceries, car notes. Okay. Water bills, electric bills. Okay. What else? I just want to make sure I'm not missing nothing because if I'm being honest and completely honest, y'all ain't told me one thing y'all use money personally for at all. You still haven't, and I'm still waiting. I mean, you might use money personally for that, and that's cool, but you haven't told me nothing you use money personally for. And that's a real scary thought. Stocks, okay. I like that, T. What is goods and services? What does that mean? I have no clue what that means. I don't know. And I don't want to if you life insurance, okay. I like that right there. Life insurance you money for that. What's up, family? How many of those you got? Don't be lost, just sit tight. That's the reason why you work to pay bills, right? That sounds wild when I hear it. It sounds absolutely wild. Watch this. Watch this. And it's because people don't hear it and they don't see it. Even though they've been told not to use their money personally their whole life, they still don't see it. I'm about to show you. Watch this. Doctor visit. I like that right there. That's cool. Sounds great. If you can pull out some cash, I need everybody. I'm on 6 different platforms right now. Everybody pull out some cash. Don't worry. I'm not going to send around no collection plate. I just need at least one person on all these platforms to pull out some cash and put a 1 in the chat once you got some cash in your hand, and I'll walk you through it. All right, cool. So put a 1 in the chat once you got some cash. All right, we got somebody. I think this is TikTok. Cool. TikTok got some 1s in the chat. What we looking like over here on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Rumble? Instagram, we got a 1 in the chat. Shout out to you over there. Appreciate you, Toy. Okay, we good over here. Whatever else platform you're on, you got to believe these other platforms. Golf and fishing. That sounds good too. Now, I want to make this make sense. Y'all remember everything y'all just said on what y'all use y'all money personally for, right? Because I used to think the same way. And I believe that when you know better, you'll do better. That's me. Okay? So I want everybody that got some cash in their hand that can keep me honest. I want everybody to look at the back of your money. Turn your money to the back for me and look at the back for me. At the top of your money on the back, it should say something at the top that says the United States of America. If you see the United States of America on the back of your money at the top, put a 2 in the chat. I just want y'all to keep me honest. I mean, that's it. I'm a dude on the internet, right? So I want y'all to keep me honest. Okay, we see some 2s here. Got some 2s there. Cool. We'll catch up on Instagram. I know it's a little bit of delay over there. Being a Federal Reserve note, have no clue what that means, what I'm talking about right now, but I'm with you. Sounds good. The United States of America is not a country, y'all. The United States of America is not a country. It's a business. And before somebody says a corporation is a business too. So I'm going to say it one more time. The United States of America is not a country. It's a business. You say it's a corporation? Yeah, corporation is a business. 100%. Right? I guess we all on the same page. How do I know it's not a country? Easy. Countries have kings and queens. Businesses have presidents and vice presidents like your job. I mean, maybe I'm tripping. So I'm going to say it a little bit slower for the person in the back. Countries have kings and queens. Businesses have presidents and vice presidents like your job. Don't let that go over your head. Let me give you some little bit more, just a little bit more. You know how people were so upset about all that money that the United States sent to other countries? Y'all remember that? Billions and billions of dollars to these other countries. And the United States of America didn't blink when they did it. Prayers still going out to those people out there in California, Louisiana, North Carolina, South Carolina, Florida, lost their homes in the fires, lost their homes to the floods, the hurricanes, the whole 9 yards. Why didn't the United States send them a whole bunch of billions of dollars to get them homes redone out there in California? Why that didn't happen? Because it was personal. It wasn't public. Just so we all can put that in perspective. I hope y'all caught what I just said. Now I get it. They went through an emergency fund to make it public. They went through a program to make it public. But they couldn't give them people no money personally. Because you're not supposed to be using money personally. I hope y'all catching this stuff. Let me stop right there for a second. Let's keep going. Right below the United States of America, you should see something that says, "In God We Trust." Right below the United States of America, you should see something that says, "In God We Trust." Put a 3 in the chat if you see "In God We Trust" right below the United States of America on your money. Put a 3 in the chat if you see the United States of America, you see "In God We Trust" right below the United States of America. So I ain't making this up so far. Just so we all. Now I was told that too, so maybe somebody else was told this because they throwing some stuff out there, right? Maybe they said, knew the same thing I knew, right? I was told that "In God We Trust" is the name of the United States of America Trust. I don't know if that's true, but if it is true, we know a trust is private. I don't think I got to explain that more than what I just said. If it's public, it goes in a business. If it's private, it goes in a trust. Notice I ain't said nothing about nothing being personal. This stuff is on your money, and it's been there your whole life. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's not enough. And I get it. I ain't tripping. I know, Zabo, you said something, but, and it sounds good. That ain't enough, bro. Well, let's take it there. Put your reading glasses on. Turn your money to the front. You should see something in one of the corners, depending on which currency you have for the United States of America. You should see something that says, "This note is legal tender for all debts, public and private." I'm going to read that again. "This note is legal tender for all debts, public and private." If you see that on your money, put a 4 in the chat. If you see that on your money, put a 4 in the chat. Maybe I'm making it up. I don't know. Maybe it's not there on your money. I could be tripping. Sip me a little bit of this lemonade milk. We're going to have fun tonight. It didn't say nothing about personal. It didn't say one thing about personal. It said this note is a legal tender for all debts, public and private. If it's public, it goes in a business. If it's private, it goes in a trust. Now, even though I just read all this stuff to you off your money that you have in your hand, you still can't wrap your brain around not using money personally. So I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you see it because you've been seeing it your whole life and you ain't paid attention to it. So let me bring it close to home. Watch this. How many people got a job in here? How many of y'all working 9 to 5? If you got a job where you clock in for somebody, you work for somebody else, Somebody else sign your paycheck, all the other good stuff. Put a 5 in the check. I just want to see what we got going. If you work a job, put a 5 in the check. Just curious. Okay. We got some people here that do work a job. That's cool. That's amazing. I can tell you, without even knowing you, the majority of you all can't stand your job. You don't like it. You don't like it. If you had an opportunity to never go to that place again and still be able to support your family the way you need to support your family, you would do it in a heart attack. You would 100% do it in a heart attack. And that's just me being honest. Your coworkers at work feel the same way you feel. I can almost guarantee you your morale is down on the job. And it ain't just you. The morale at your job, period, is down. When your job try to do things to get the morale up, what they do? They don't give y'all no raise. They don't give y'all no bonus. You know what they do? Buy y'all pizza, put some wings on it, get y'all a couple of Pepsis, and then they expense it because food is public. Uh-oh. I got 99 employees. 8 of those 99 employees is me, my wife, and all 6 of our kids. The one thing don't none of my employees ever have to worry about is buying food. The business buy food for all its employees every single day. And then they expense it because food is public. Check that box. This is going to get scary. Last year, in 2024, around February, my wife's business needed a vehicle. Man, it was so crazy. Needed a vehicle. So my wife's business went out and purchased a 2024 long body Range Rover, paid $153,000 cash for it. Ain't no car note. And being that it weighed over 6,000 pounds and used 100% for business, the IRS allowed us to write the whole thing off. Tax code 179. Uh-oh. One of my business needed a vehicle last year. So my business went out around December and purchased a 2025 Cadillac Escalade, paid $152,000 cash for it. Ain't no car payment. And it weighed over 6,000 pounds and used 100% for business. So the IRS allowed us to write the whole thing off. So when I put gas in that vehicle, it's a business expense. When I do maintenance on that vehicle, it's a business expense. Because your vehicle is public. You're driving on a public road, not a personal road. Okay, maybe I'm tripping. Tell me the last personal road you drove on outside of your driveway. Go. Tell me the personal road that y'all driving on outside of your driveway. I'm listening. Tell me, I gotta hear it. What personal road you driving on outside of your driveway? That's personally yours. I'm listening. The last time I checked, when you driving to work every single day, you driving on a public road. Words matter. It don't have to be brand new, family. Think. I'm going to keep going. Somebody said, man, these doctor visits, I got to pay for the doctor. I got to pay for the doctor. I got to pay for the doctor. When I was at Bank of America, people would ask me all the time, Z, man, why you ain't left the bank, man? You conducting all this business, making money. You make good money at the bank too, I get it. But man, you ain't left, you should have been left the bank. And I said the dumbest thing in the world to people. And don't y'all ever, if y'all saying this, stop saying it. Let me be the dummy, okay? I would tell people, I can't leave this bank because Bank of America give me these amazing benefits. They too good to me. Meanwhile, medical, dental, vision coming out my paycheck every pay period. I didn't realize when I started conducting business and I got group insurance once I got more than 3 employees, right? That the business will pay for my insurance. Not Bank of America, my business, which made it public and also a business expense. I'm going to keep going. Watch this. Bank of America was an amazing company. It's probably one of the best companies on this planet. Hopefully that makes sense, right? It was amazing to me. Bank of America gave me a free $50,000 life insurance policy that I ain't have to pay for. I bet you y'all jobs ain't doing that. In fact, if y'all job give y'all a free life insurance policy that y'all ain't got to pay for, put a 7 in the chat. I bet you ain't nobody gonna put no 7s in there because y'all jobs ain't doing it. Bank of America was so good to me. I don't see no 7s in the chat. Oh, y'all jobs give y'all life insurance policy that y'all ain't got to pay for? All this time, I thought Bank of America was an amazing company and they were so good to me. They were paying for their life insurance policy. When I left the bank, they ain't canceled that policy. I'm going to say that one more time. When I left the bank, they ain't canceled that policy. I knew it was going to lapse, but they didn't cancel that policy when I left. I reached out to my insurance broker because I had my own life insurance on me, my wife, and my kids. And I asked that joker real bluntly and scared. I said to him, I said, man, look, the beneficiaries of these life insurance policies, it can't be me, my wife, and each other. It can't be us. We might get this money and we ain't gonna know how to act. The beneficiary for these policies need to be these different trusts. I need you to, can you set that up for me? He said, yeah, I can do that for you. I'm like, how long is it gonna take me? Give me a couple minutes. A couple minutes? What do you mean? Yeah, give me a couple minutes. It's gonna take about 2 billing cycles to on your statement, but it's gonna be active as of today. Wait, you don't need my wife consent to make these changes? You don't need my kids who are of consenting age to, you don't need they consent to make these changes? No, you the policy holder. You can do whatever you want to do with these policies. What? Wait. I got some employees, right? And what if I want to do like how Bank of America did with me and give my employees some free life insurance policy they ain't got to pay for? It probably can't be 50 grand. I can't afford that. He was like, you can afford it. I was like, man, I can't afford that. Bank of America, a big dog. They a big dog. I can't do what Bank of America doing. If I wanted to do a $50,000 policy on my employees, could I do it? You can do a policy on them. They'll consent to it. But yeah, you can do it 100%. Okay. Well, how much is that going to cost me, man? Because I ain't got that much money to be doing all this stuff, man. He was like, well, if you want to do 50,000, man, that's going to be too much. No, it ain't, man. That $50,000 policy only going to cost you $5 a month. It's called peasants insurance. Here I am walking around bragging about Bank of America giving me a free $50,000 life insurance policy they ain't have to pay for, and they were paying $5 a month for it. And it also was a business expense. Blew my mind. So then I kept thinking, I said, what about the executives that work for my company? Can I put these big old whole life insurance policies on my executives that they ain't got to pay for? He said, absolutely. The biggest ones your company can afford. Sound like my life insurance policy just became public and also a business expense. I can keep going. Y'all on this live right now to get free information from me. I'm on here to show y'all my pretty clothes and pretty shoes. Why? Because Zabo103 also one of my businesses. And even though I ain't getting paid on none of these platforms, business expense, business expense, business expense, I don't know. Business expense, I can keep going. We can keep going. But y'all think y'all using money personally. Y'all think y'all using money personally. I'm walking around in a 7,000 square foot house right now. This ain't my house. It's one of the trust house. So when them bills come in the house, they not my bills, they the trust bills. I ain't got no bills. Most of y'all on here, even though y'all got a job, y'all got a small business. Don't y'all write off the square footage of your office space? If you don't, you should. I'm in my movie theater right now conducting business. You don't think I'm writing off the square footage of this? When I'm in my gym, you don't think I'm writing off the square footage of that conducting business? When I'm at my bar, you don't think when I'm at my pool, you don't think come on, people. But nobody don't hear this because people have been conditioned to be consumers. And the sucky part about this stuff is all this stuff is in your face. Vacations. Wow. I don't do vacations no more. I do locations. Business trip, boys and girls. When you go on business trip with your job, you taking out your debit card using it to pay for stuff? You're not. What your job pay for when you go on a business trip? The flight, the car rental, the hotel, and the food. And being that I do content too, it also paying for the camera crew. It's also paying for the pretty clothes and the pretty shoes. It's also paying for the jet skiing when we get into content, the elephant rides when we get into content. I can keep going. Y'all saw me and my beautiful wife just get back from Barbados. And before that, Indonesia. And before that, Turks and Cakes. And before that, Los Cabos. And before that, and I could keep going and going and going. But nobody hears this stuff. They don't pay attention. Y'all saw me and my wife at the Maxwell concert, front row seat. I sat down and put my foot on the stage. I started to go up on the stage and snatch the phone from Maxwell and started singing Pretty Wings myself. We also had a suite in the back. Doing what? Conducting business. You can't do that with no business business. Well, how the hell did Bank of America send us the birthday badge every single year? Watching 2 Chainz. Watching Weezy. If we gonna be honest. Y'all saw me and my wife take 30 people to the Atlanta Falcons watch the Commanders game. Bobby Brown performed at the halftime show. We was in the box. All the food, all the drinks you want. For 30 folks. We was conducting business, boys and girls. I ain't got 60 grand to pay for no damn box. The business do. But nobody don't hear that. Because they think they know something. Your kids got to go to college and you're going to use money personally for that. I get it. Yeah, college can be a finicky thing, man. I don't even know if college is the best thing for everybody. Especially if you went to school, you done got your master's, and the only thing you doing is DoorDash, you just wasted money. And no disrespect, a job is a job, but you wasted your money. But I need you to think a little bit for me. You work at a job right now. If you go to school for something in the field that your job support, your job will give you tuition reimbursement. So if you got a business and you got employees on your business, if they go to school and something in the field, you can get tuition reimbursement for your employees too, right? Think. No one hears this stuff, but you're witnessing this stuff your whole life and you're not paying attention. I'm not mad at it. It just is what it is. Well, I got to pay for clothes and shoes and all these different things for my kids. Kids are expensive. This is crazy. Look, we're going to talk a little bit more deeper about kids' expenses, right? Over at Zabo103TV in about 15 minutes, okay? So I want y'all to keep, for my law-abiding citizens, I need y'all to keep that in your back pocket for me, okay? And people that ain't law-abiding citizens, you can definitely join the network and you'll be able to get in tune with what we're talking about. But just on top level, why your kids ain't your employee? Why your kids don't work for you? In my state, my kid got to be 15 years old to work for me. Not if you got farmland. If you got farmland, your kids can work for you at the womb. Don't let that go over your head. Don't let that go over your head. This is going to get crazy. So tell me again what y'all use money personally for. I need to hear it. I'm listening. Stocks. Imagine you invested in the stock market personally. Why you ain't investing in the stock market publicly as a business? Gas was one of the first things we went over. So let me ask you a question. Just ask you a question. Let's say you got a company car that you drive around. When you put gas in that company car, are you using your personal checking account or your personal credit cards to pay for that company car gas? I'm sure your company gives you a gas card because it's a business expense. It's not personal. No one hears this stuff. Think. Think about what I'm saying. But here's the other part. And this part might make some people upset. And I'm not trying to make nobody upset, but I believe the truth can never be considered disrespect. So let me throw this out there. Y'all need to stop running around here bragging about y'all make $100,000 a year. Majority of y'all lying anyway. I'm gonna say that one more time. Y'all need to stop running around here bragging about y'all make $100,000 a year. Majority of y'all lying. And if we're being honest, congratulations, you're broke. If you make 100 grand a year, that's $11.41 an hour, and that's before taxes. The math is the math. The scarier part about this is you giving all this credit to your career and your job ain't got no money. I'm gonna say that one more time for the person in the back. You giving all this credit to your job and your career, and your job ain't got no money. Let me explain. When y'all went to work today, y'all got money from a customer, a consumer. Y'all didn't put that money in your pocket. You didn't put it in your purse, ladies. You didn't put it in your bank accounts or your savings account or your brokerage account. You gave it to your job. And you're going to do it for 10 days, like clockwork. And on that 10th day, your job is going to give you a fraction of what you gave them back in a form of a direct deposit. This is the reason why your job say, we don't fire people. People fire themselves. If you don't meet those standards every single month that's out for your job, meaning make them enough money every single month, they'll progress you on performance management until they fire you for you not bringing enough money in. Well, what is enough money? Let me explain. If you make 100 grand a year, minimally every single day you go to work, you need to generate $10,000 every day you step foot in that office. And in 10 days, you generated $100,000 for your job. Your job give you $3,100 after tax in the form of a direct deposit. Maybe I'm making it up. Which means if I'm giving my job 100 grand every pay period, in a year's period of time, I done gave my job $2.6 million. And if I'm a penny short at the bare minimum, I'm on a verbal. People don't hear that. That's not the crazy part, y'all. You brag about how much money you got in the bank. It's almost comical when I look back at it today. It wasn't funny when I realized it. It's funny today. I can laugh about it now when I was crying about it later, back in the day. When that direct deposit goes into the bank, you brag about all this money going in the bank because you think it's a holding facility. I know it's a lending institution. And I know that there are people out there just like me that understand the power of zero. Don't let that go over your head. So when y'all get paid tomorrow, we get paid tomorrow. We get paid tomorrow, y'all. We appreciate all your hard work. Your money's sitting in the bank. You happy. You're going to let your hair down a little bit. As soon as your direct deposit hit tomorrow when the bank open, I'm going to go up to the bank and ask for your money and the bank going to give it to me. Well, they're going to lend it to me. Guess what I'm going to do with your money and what other people like me going to do with your money? They're going to buy soap, bottled water, napkins, spoons, plates, pigs, chickens, cows, goats in bulk, and then turn right back around and sell it right back to you for 5 times what it's worth using your money. I can't make that up. I wish I was making this stuff up. I really wish I was making this stuff up. Think about, you said how? That's a good question. That's a good question. Let me ask you a question. You cook, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you cook. If you cook, put a 1 in the chat. I just want to see something. Because I want to make sure we all on the same type playing field, right? There's a lot of people that cook, right? I don't know what it is in y'all state, but egg prices went through the roof for a lot of people. You got some people paying $9 for a carton of egg. You got some people paying $12 for a carton of egg. And they're the same eggs, y'all. They're the same eggs that you were getting. Mad expensive. When you go to the grocery store, what you do when you look at your eggs? You open the cart, you make sure ain't nothing cracked, make sure everything look good, and then you go to the self-checkout and check yourself out and go on home, don't you? I can guarantee you right now, and I don't want to put no money on it because somebody would be there ran and did it before, so I ain't gonna put no money on it. I know how people are. You can say this to yourself without even reacting. If I ask you what's the name of the landowner that you bought your eggs from, you couldn't tell me. If I ask you the eggs that's in your refrigerator right now, what's the name of the landowner that owns those eggs that sold them to you, you couldn't tell me the name. You couldn't. But that ain't the scary part. The soap you gonna take your shower with tonight, you can't tell me what landowner that came from. The clothes on your back, you can't tell me what landowner that came from. The tires on your vehicle, you can't tell me what landowner it came from. Appreciate you, B. You can't tell me. Everything that you do go back to land ownership, people. Everything goes back to the land, including you. That's what I figured out when I was at the bank. I saw how much land the bank buy every single day. I was blown away. I couldn't believe it. And when I get on social media, I see everybody and their mama come up with all these different gimmicks, all these different business. Hey, invest your money in crypto. Hey, invest your money in the market. Hey, invest your money in box trucks. Hey, invest your money in this. Hey, invest your money in gold and silver. Hey, invest your money in all these different things. And I kept saying to myself, none of this stuff really works. Because when this stuff is all cashed in, All that money ain't yours. It's all going back to the original sender, and none of us are the original senders because money's not real. It's all going back to the original sender. And every dime that you gonna make, no matter what business you in, when you cash it in, there's four things that you gotta have in this place called the United States of America. You gotta have food, you gotta have water, you gotta have clothes, and you gotta have shelter. All this stuff goes back to the land. So cash in your cryptocurrency and pay your mortgage. Cash in your cryptocurrency and go buy your clothes. Cash in your day trading stocks that you're doing, whether you're doing options or not, and go buy some groceries. It's all going back to the land. Everything goes back to the land, including you. But people never hear these things. And that's what becomes super wild when you start to really think about this stuff. So look, y'all, I know I wanted to pop on here real quick, chop it up. There's so much more that I'm about to get ready to talk about. I'm about to go live on my own platform at Zabo103TV.com. The link is in all of these bios. Y'all definitely can go over there and subscribe over there. It's $12.99 to enter. It just is what it is. But we about to go up with my law-abiding citizens. I gotta be there at 6:30. Like I promised my good clean folks. It's like Netflix over there, but I go live over there too, like I'm about to go right now. So definitely tap in. Make that stuff happen. I appreciate y'all tapping in. I know I kind of got a little bit some off and deep into some places, and I get it. But we're gonna finish this conversation over at Zabo103TV.com. The link is in the bio. Definitely tap in. And to everybody else on here, y'all be good or have fun being bad. And I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Peace. Can we ask over there? I don't know what you're asking, but yeah, you can ask whatever when you get over there. You'll be able to ask questions and all this stuff. It's just like a live. Zabo103TV.com. The link is in the bio.